joining me, if you are returning, and if you are new, welcome to the Crown and Castle Collective, where we can all be the rulers of our own kingdom that we call life. This is going to be the monthly energetic horoscope for all earth sign energies, whether you're a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, your sun, moon, rising, or even if you happen to be cross-watching for someone who you know is either an earth sign or has a lot of earth in their chart. So I do want to just, give the shout out to the personal readings. They are available. All the information's down in the description box. You pretty much just have to email me to get something set up if you want a Skype session or if you just want a personalized video as one of these. So thank you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and start shuffling and we're gonna get right into it. This reading, so we are going to jump right into it with your first card, your general overall energy. Now I do start off with these oracle cards here on the side, so these will be very general energetic messages just to kind of tap into you for the month of June 2021. So your first overall energy throughout the month is number 32, steadfastness. 32 adds up to a 5. Now, this card talks about taking things easy, taking them slowly, not being afraid to put certain things on pause and to put yourself and your needs first. And just being very patient with your own hopes and dreams, aspirations that you have for your own life path. More importantly, that hitting the pause button with steadfastness, okay? It's all about waiting for good things to come to you and being very patient in that process, being very grounded. We have brown here, so this is more of the root chakra area, staying very grounded and unshakable through any kind of test that may come your way throughout the month. We also have for your general overall energy, number 11, passion. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. So this could have to do with any kind of love life relationship that you may have with a significant other, or this could be a relationship that you're holding with yourself, a very deep self bond. And, with the steadfastness, it could be a dry spell, it could be a period away from those whom you love. Maybe your relationships aren't blooming at the pace that you're hoping them to. So this is all about just taking things slowly, letting the fire kind of spark and rise and just let it burn on its own pace and maybe have it sizzle out a little bit just to come back. There's a lot of ups and downs that could come throughout the month of June with your love life and relationship. It could be a little bit testy, not quite literally, but yeah, you could have a little bit of, like I said, a a dry spell. Maybe you're not being as intimate with your connections. You're not prioritizing that stuff as much. You could be taking a step away from the dating scene, or, you know, if you're already in a committed relationship, there could be some time apart, but I'm getting that that distance is what makes the heart grow fonder, okay? Now, especially if you're far away from your own passions and your own goals, I feel like the longer that it's taking for you to reach them or to achieve every milestone, every goal that you have, the longer it's taking you, the more passion it's building up within you, the more you're having an understanding of why it is that you want what it is. You know, why do you want what do you want? Why are you doing what you're doing, or what are you doing necessarily to get what it is that you want in life, okay? There's a real deep, soft, analyzing mindset that's coming along with it while you're in between the two roads, okay? You're really sitting down with yourself and nurturing your ideas, your processes. You're having that time set aside for yourself to feel your motives, okay? What is your motive? There's a real definition with that for you throughout June. All right, so we're meant to look at your greatest blockage or your biggest challenge throughout the month of June. We have number 2, invincible. Okay, so for some of you, your greatest challenge could be realizing that, you know, although we may come across very strong, put together, this invincible card just shows that, you know, we aren't invincible. We do have our flaws. We do have our downfalls. It could be hard for you to admit that throughout the month of June. Also, try to keep yourself humble and grounded again with this steadfastness. It's all about coming down and coming off of your high horse. And that's not to say that, you know, you are someone who's stuck up or just thinks you're better than everyone else. Okay, there could be a sense of needing to see other people's perspective from their viewpoint, as different as it may be. And if you've already been like, oh yeah, I'm sure how they think about me and how they think about the situation, okay? Try to just reevaluate that. I'm getting that you're not quite viewing it from their standpoint. So just do your best with that. And with the invincible, it's necessary to realize that, again, we're not invincible. We do need breaks. We need downtime. We need rest. So that could be something that you're needing for the month of June, and it could be hard for you to find that time and that space for yourself. So clarifying this invincible card for your greatest challenge or biggest blockage, we have the 5 of Wands, passion. Okay, so it could be hard for you to deal with some kind of, you know, heartbreak that you guys could have been through. Whether you broke someone else's heart or whether you had your heart broken. Okay, take these energies as they apply. For some people, they're all on different timelines and the roles are reversed, so please take them as they resonate. Leave the rest. But with this invincible and the 5 of Wands, passion, for your biggest blockage or challenge, it could be hard for you if you're trying to send out a love offer for the month of June. It may not be reciprocated, or maybe someone else is offering to you and you're having to deny that offer for whichever reason. And also with this steadfastness, I feel like maybe it's just not something that's really on your priorities right now as far as this passion card. You could have passions in your own sense. You could have your own goals and aspirations that just don't involve either this other person or this other offer that's coming to you. So it could be a challenge for you to either turn that down or to fully heal and work through if there's any kind of conflict in the past or current with someone who has a passion and love offer that just maybe didn't work out. Your greatest challenge or biggest blockage throughout June is really facing how this connection affected you, how it made you feel, how it could have made you feel at one point in time on top of the world, invincible, like this person completed you, they gave you your full strength, and now maybe you're dealing with coming to terms that maybe you aren't invincible, that this relationship did make you feel something, and it could have actually, you know, broken a part of your heart, unfortunately. So it seems like you guys are just trying to honestly assess those feelings. And for earth signs, this is a big move for you. It's a very positive, healthy step to work through this heart chakra energy, whether it's something from your past or something you are going to be experiencing through June. Either way, earth signs, props to you guys, okay? It's not easy. And we're gonna step into your greatest accomplishments, okay? What are you doing well at throughout June? Where are you succeeding and excelling at? We have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So this is really healthy. So you guys could be doing really well throughout June as far as sharing your voice, sharing your opinions, sharing your emotions, talking through things, vocalizing, you know, any kind of form of communication, whether it is direct or not. You guys could just be opening up more, and that is very healthy and healing for earth signs. Sometimes they can get stuck in their own energy, staying very grounded, and that can become a detriment, okay? So maybe throughout June, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with finding and sharing your voice, finding your true emotions, and really putting to words what they've put you through, okay? To clarify this, share your voice for your greatest accomplishment. And you know, you could be speaking up. This is not just a love life and relationship spread, okay, throughout June. You guys could be learning to find your voice in any kind of committees, communities, your job. Maybe you're learning how to speak with customers more, speak to your coworkers. You know, maybe you're doing better at any kind of form of writing, transcribing, taking notes. You're just really starting to find that, and also with your own self-expression. Now, we'll just get a clarifier here to see exactly what kind of direction we're taking with this. We have the Six of Wands, satisfaction. So this does relay back to this passion energy with share your voice, and the Six of Wands, satisfaction, is talking about what makes you feel good. You know, I feel like you guys are doing a lot more of what you love. You're sharing your activities, your accomplishments, sharing more of what it is that gives you your zest in life. And people see you doing so, and in that turn, they get to know more about your true... Wow, my words are coming out very oddly if you hear the way that I'm talking. Whew. When people see you sharing, doing, and just out there sharing more of what you love, they're getting to know you more at a deeper level. And a lot of people have been waiting for this, for you earth sign energies, because you guys don't open up right away necessarily at your deepest value. So people love you. And I feel like even with this passion offer, if things aren't aligning with these connections, I'm getting that this person still loves you. There's a hawk in my backyard. For real. I just saw that. Oh no. Hopefully everyone's okay. That's kind of terrifying. Okay. Back to our broadcast. Oof. I just think throughout the month of June, you guys are starting to get a clearer perception. Perhaps you've taken a moment away from people or things that at one point in time... Oh my gosh! Do you see that? There's a hawk in my tree. Y'all, I wasn't lying. I was not lying. That was a Cooper's hawk. Test me on my birds. I know them. Okay, I gotta get you guys back up to gear here. I'm sweating. Okay, that was kind of terrifying, but also very majestic at the same time. I have baby birds and baby bunnies, so like... It better not be playing. Okay. So we'll move on to advice from Spirit for what energies you guys can reach out to throughout the month of June to help you move through these energetic changes. We have Topaz. Forgiveness heals. Time to release repressed anger as it's blocking your health and happiness. Okay, so this whole forgiveness thing, again, we're seeing more pink heart chakra energy coming through, as well with this passion card and all of these wands, the 5 and 6 of wands. Yes, it's purple, but it's actually like heart chakra. Wands is fire energy. There could be a need to forgive another person, whether this is family, friends, or an intimate connection at one point in time. Even if you've spent a little bit of time away from a love life connection, maybe you guys are coming back together. For some of you, I mean, we're going to take a look at your heart space and heart chakra throughout the month to get more of those messages. But some of you could be going back to a person of your past. You could be trying to work things out with someone who you are just now receiving an offer from or giving an offer to. But there is a sense of forgiveness either with yourself or another person in order to move forward. Topaz, the crystal, can also benefit earth signs throughout the month of June. Now, clarifying that, we also have Defying Gravity, Rishi. So this card is all about moving on, moving up, and moving on to better times, better days. Also a higher perspective, Kundalini rising. I'm hearing that healing is not always linear. Perhaps this connection, you know, one day it could be roses and butterflies and perfection, and then the next day it can be very rough, very heavy energy. It's almost like one step forward, 2 steps back with a certain person. But for a lot of you, I feel like even your healing and your way of processing through your emotions and just this connection in general, even with yourself, for some of you, on some days, you know, you're on good terms with yourself, perhaps, and the next day you are just completely down and out on yourself, being very harsh, critical, looking at your life path and progress, and just not being so gentle and appreciative of yourself. So throughout the month of June, though, I do see a lot of pinks, a lot of purples, which is very loving and soft. So please hope to embody more of this energy. And those are pretty general messages. As I said, they're just oracle cards. And we are going to step more into the tarot to get more details as far as what's going on in your headspace and in the forefront of the earth sign's life throughout June of 2021. First card that we have is the 10 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, so 2 10s right off the bat, completions going on here, the 5 of Swords, and the Lovers card. No surprise that this came out here. So there is a release. Like I said, for some of you, there's a significant love life connection that you're working through. For some of you, it could be with yourself or with family. Now, a lot of you guys could have had a disagreement with a certain family member, someone you considered close, family, an ally. With the 10 of Swords here, okay, it is kind of like in the past, it was kind of stabbed in the back. Maybe there was a sense of an ending in the form of the connection that you knew at the time. And with the 10 of Pentacles here, I feel like this person could still be close to you, like someone that you consider a friend. I mean, there's almost like a demotion in the relationship. With the 5 of Swords here, it's kind of like that personal transformation. The conversation, the tone has changed. And with the Lovers here, this is all about making a decision. You know, you could take it as face value as the Lovers, oh, soulmates, twin flames, whatnot. But really, the Lovers card is ruled by Gemini. Gemini is all about having to make a decision, weigh out the outcome, especially with the Five of Swords being the personal transformation that takes shape, or egoic transformation. For a lot of you, I feel like for some of you, your close family or friends could want you to do one thing throughout the month of June, but really, I feel like you guys kind of want to do your own thing. And that's completely okay. With this find your voice here, or share your voice, I feel like that's coming in through right here with that Five of Swords, where it's kind of like you're not going to let anyone else put you on their timeline or their expectations. You guys are really finding your own individuality, especially with kind of like this death to the ego and also death to society with the Ten of Pentacles. You guys could be going off grid through the month of June. And like I said, with finding your own voice and kind of going on your own timeline with this Lovers card, I feel like you guys are changing for the better, but it's not necessarily that you're changing for this one person, okay? At least that would be the higher goal, or the higher aspect, is that you do whatever kind of self-work and self-change it is that you need. You do it for yourself, not for anyone else, not for society, not for your family. Some of you could be traveling, and I feel like you could be traveling to a really good friend, someone that you do consider, you know, someone that you love, someone that you hold a really strong bond to. Does not have to be intimate. I'm just saying this could be a platonic friendship. Anyone that you consider like your second-hand man, your other half, your soul sister, okay? It could be anyone. And I just feel like you're taking a little bit of a trip kind of towards the end of June. If we read this, like I typically do left to right as beginning, middle, end of the month, seems like beginning of June, you guys could be overworking yourself, perhaps feeling just a little bit drained. This could be due to weather as well. But for some of you, you're just like needing a rest, okay? And you feel like better times are ahead, better times are coming. Yes, they are. Looks like mid to early in the month of June. Again, you're kind of just working, saving up, could be spending more time with family or around family, looking for a recharge, and you could be like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't for me. So you guys could decide to be a little bit of a stray, kind of go out on your own adventure. I feel like this is a little bit secretive as well. There could be something that you are hiding from friends or from family. Whether if it's something how you truly feel, something you're planning on doing, it's a little bit of a surprise, if you will. Now, we are going to step into your heart space. So your love life, your relationships, both intimate and platonic, does not have to be like that. Whether you're with someone, looking for someone, who knows? We'll see what comes up. We have the Seven of Arrows, insecurity. Number 2, the Seer. 10 of Arrows, or the 10 of Swords again. It's instruction. Blech. Whoop. And then we also have the King of Vessels, or the King of Cups, Huron. So a lot of you guys could be connecting with water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That does not have to be sign specific. Honestly, whenever we think of cups, we think of emotion, intimacy. So it's not uncommon for those to display for love interest. It came out right underneath the Lovers card. All right, so for your heart chakra, So for a lot of you, this connection was something in the past. And I feel like at the time, again, it probably did make you feel invincible. So if you happen to lose this high, it could have you come like crashing down in a sense, or feeling like you aren't as powerful now as the connection made you feel. Like maybe you've been searching for that same feeling in other people. So the first card that came out was the Seven of Arrows, insecurity. So perhaps a small part of you could feel insecure about connections or relationships. Maybe this past relationship made you feel less than your own self-worth. Maybe you didn't feel good enough. And these can be vice versa as well. So if you're like not resonating with this, it could definitely play out on the other person's half. And with the number 2, the Seer. Okay, this is someone that you could have, you know, of course, saw in the past. Someone that you used to see. We also had the 10 of Arrows, this instruction. There is obviously one person older than the other, so there could have been a significant or just like an age gap between the two of you, where one person could have been a little bit more wise in years than the other, that they had a lot of stuff to teach you. Maybe you didn't know that at the time either. With this Invincible card, I feel like a lot of lessons that came from this passionate connection weren't necessarily recognized at the time. Now that there has been some time away to analyze the energies, you've perhaps learned a lot, not only about the connection, but also about yourself. I feel like the way that you've perceived the other person interacting has been skewed, okay, with this insecurity card. I feel like someone could have refused for a while to learn the deeper meaning of this connection, what it showed them about themselves and relationships. Now, earth signs, I'm not trying to make this a love life relationship reading. It's not just your signs. Also, water signs came out very romantically driven. So I don't know. It's just something in the air for June, okay? With this King of Vessels coming out here at the very end, there's still love between this connection, but the King of Cups is not someone to really display it or act on it. It's more of a deep, intuitive bond. If this was the Queen, now the Queen of Cups, she would be more expressive of those lovely traits, flirting, romanticism, if that's a word. Now the King is more of like that fatherly, you know, grandmotherly love, where it's more like they don't show it, but you feel it and you know it more towards in the way that they approach you, the way that they recognize you, and just the way that they overall treat you. I feel like this connection probably could not have in the past, if this is a past relationship for you, maybe it didn't really work out. But there's still aminosity between the two of you, where you're still able to be somewhat friends or respect each other's space and energy. Now, if this is a current love interest that you do have, I definitely think that this is something that maybe you haven't put a title on yet. Perhaps you are just seeing someone that, okay, for some of you, I feel like it's not as serious. Like maybe it's just for the time being, but I feel like as you continue to see this person, just be careful, because I feel like you could fall in love with the King of Cups here underneath the Lovers card. But I feel like for some of you, it's something that you feel like you have to keep secret, either from your friends or from family. There's just someone that you have either, hopefully not on the side, you know, hopefully you're able to keep a full course meal. Yeah, that's a very encrypted message. So we do have one more card here. Oops, I kind of forgot. All right, so to clarify the love life, relationship, heart chakra going on here, we have flirt. Again, I don't feel like this is a very serious energy. It says extend your light-hearted energy to others. Now, I feel like, if this is someone from your past, the energy is still very playful between the two of you. Maybe you've both, have reviewed the whole connection and what it's taught you, and that you both were at different perspectives at different times. Things just didn't quite line up, and that's okay. There's still healing through there. There's still love, light, and energy, flirtatious, light-hearted energy, which is a positive thing. There's no hard feelings, which is what we like to see. Now, also, if you're pursuing other people, I do think that there could be one person in particular that you've either seen for a while. It's been an on and off thing. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of seriousness in these love offers, which is absolutely okay. I don't see any kind of red flags coming through here, other than perhaps how you could have seen or interacted with relationships in your past. But it seems like you are moving on through there. If you're out in the flirting game, the dating game, I don't need to give that lecture, okay? Protect yourselves. All right, we will move on to your career, finance, education. For the month of June, we have the Six of Cups. We also have the Death card. Mirror. Wow, we have two major arcanas here. We have Justice. We have air and water showing out here. And also crystal yellow. So the first card being the Six of Cups. Again, beginning of the month, this dissatisfaction, he just does not look satisfied with his work. Even as perfect as it may be, you guys, again, could be a little bit over analytical on your performance at the beginning of the month. And we did have the Ten of Swords up here in your headspace, the forefront of your life throughout June. Is that you're just being really hard, really harsh on yourself, especially with your own insecurities in work, in love, even in your mental state. Y'all, please, reach out, share your voice with how dissatisfied you may feel towards yourself. If you're having low satisfaction in any aspect of your life, okay, talk about it, share it. Maybe someone can help you improve whatever quality of life it is that you're looking for in your partners, in your coworkers, anything like that. No, I just feel like there could be a little bit of boredom with your work. Perhaps it's just the same thing. Maybe you're not having as much creative freedom, or you're just getting tired of doing the same shiz every day. We also have with that the Death card here, I believe. I don't know. I don't think this is the Death card in this deck. It actually might be Temperance. But in this sense, I'm going to read it just intuitively. Again, there's someone that can actually help you, either by giving you good advice or giving you like a way out. So ask and you shall receive. If it's like a day off that you're needing, if it's a weekend off, anything like that, ask for it. Okay, don't be afraid to speak up and share your voice, especially if there's anything, okay, for some of you, if there's anything that needs some kind of perfection or changing in your work that you've noticed. I feel like if you actually speak up about what changes are needed, your perspective will be honored, especially if you think that something looks better than the way that it's supposed to be, or if something works better than how it's being done. Speak up, and I feel like people will actually respect your wishes and actually will honor your opinion, your viewpoints. We also have with that the Justice card. So the Justice, if there's anyone's word that matters most, is this card. So you know what it is that you're talking about. You know what you're doing. You've done this perhaps day after day. So a lot of you guys have built up a really good repertoire or really good, what's the word? A really good name for yourself. We'll call it that. So you guys are very respected throughout your workplace in the month of June. You have a lot of say in what gets done. Or, maybe you're not in a position to, speak up like that or take control or initiative like that. Don't be afraid to take rest when needed. A lot of you guys, I feel like, are just, if you're just starting a new career or, a new path in that sense, at first you may not be very confident, and that's okay. Maybe you're just still learning, getting a hang of the new job, and they see you trying, so don't try to beat yourself up too much, okay? You're still learning, you're still in the beginning processes of things, but they are able to trust you. They know that you're going to show up day by day, so they find you very reliable. If you happen to, again, if something comes up, which it could be very unexpected throughout the month, for some of you, I'm hearing, that there's going to be one day that something just comes up and you're going to have to take a day off last minute. You could feel really guilty about that, but know that it's the right thing to do. And in our next card here, the Air and Water Dragon actually says, trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, blah, blah, blah. But it says, express your inner song. The Air and Water Dragon. So air is all about communication. Water is all about emotion. So to share vocally what it is that you're feeling, thinking, moving through is very important in the workplace. So if you're having a bad day, just be like, hey man, woman, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, okay? Just keeping it real, just sharing it how it is that you feel. Even if you're having a bad day, don't be afraid to ask for time or space. Speak up and be confident. With this orange energy is more of the sacral chakra, which is all about our confidence, feeling firm in what it is that we say and what we do. All right. Well, we will move on to spiritual development. So what parts of you, earth signs, are being activated throughout the month of June in your spiritual development? We have the Six of Swords, the Five of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting mid to early in the month, kind of like the second week here. For some of you, there could be a sense of loss, okay? And I feel like that could trigger some parts of yourself. But anyways, in the first part, we have the Six of Swords, which is kind of like a walking away hitchhiker vibes here. I don't know why the lighting got so dark. It got bright outside and then it made it darker in here. I don't know how that works, but the Six of Swords is a sense of moving on, going your own path. And this is right at the beginning with all of this boredom, this tiredness, insecurity, this defeated sense of self. This is moving on. This is trash, okay? You guys are moving on and moving up. You're defying gravity. I feel like you guys are really working on your inner selves, raising your vibration, looking at things at a much more understanding, optimistic, and loving energy for yourself and for others. Very important, very healing, and that kind of stuff is what's going to take you forward in life and also take you closer to your hopes, your dreams, what it is that you're wanting to achieve in life, because you're letting go of all this baggage and you're being much more open to the energies. It's going to allow for a lot more blessings to come into your life. Now, moving on with the Five of Cups here. This is a little bit of dismay, but she's focused on what has failed and fallen versus what is still standing, all of the great celebratory blessings and beautiful things that are actually still there for her, rather than paying attention to what has fallen, what's spilled. You know, don't cry over spilt milk. But I feel like you guys are finally moving past that energy of some kind of failed interest or failed investments of your past. I feel like you're ready to rejoin the party, so to say. Now we will move on through this. We have the Ace of Wands. So it could be very sudden. I feel like also there could have been a lot of anger in your past emotions, feeling like maybe you were left out, or like suddenly you weren't included. And that could have been from your family, from your friends, from the workforce. Maybe you just felt like, you know, no one really kept you up to tabs. No one really reached out to you. I feel like there could have been a time where you just really felt alone with yourself when you thought that you had everyone on your side. And then when something went bad, it was just kind of like abandoned. But with the Ace of Wands coming through here, again, that very sudden spark, inspirational change. I feel like you guys could be having a lot of creative pulls from different sources. You guys could be finding a lot more of what it is that you love in this lifetime, or what your actual drive and passion, what is calling to you. You know, when you had that time alone, you probably got to listen in a lot more to what it is that's, you know, calling your name. When no one's actually there to speak to you, perhaps you heard a little bit of other voices that led you in the right direction to what it is that you're wanting to do and create in your pastime. I just feel like too with that Ace of Wands, it is coming through quite literally with this Five of Cups, that I feel like there was a lot of anger that you guys had to work through, that maybe, you know, you weren't trying to escape in a healthy way. Maybe you were trying to actually run away or avoid your emotions, your problems. Some of you could have turned to certain substances. A lot of you could have literally removed yourself from the situation, location-wise. I feel like you guys have tried to do a lot of things in life to try to figure out, you know, what it is that you're meant for. And I feel like there could have been a lot of failed attempts at certain ideas and dreams that you had. And that could have been really hard for you to deal with. You know, it could be really hard for you to bounce back from. Now, to clarify these activations, we have 2 houses here that came up. So this is important to know your own birth chart. Now, a lot of people don't know what birth charts are if you're new to this whole thing. So birth charts, you can get them free online, very easy. You just have to know your birthday, the location of your birth, and the exact time. So the hour, the minute, and then you put that into the generator, and it actually shows you a map of all the stars, the planets that were in the sky at the exact time of your birth. And that is very important to know more about who you are and how you function in this lifetime. A lot of people don't know about birth charts. They just know sun signs, which is like, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Capricorn. There's a lot more to astrology than just our sun signs, so I highly recommend that you check out your birth chart to help decode more of who you are. Because you know, maybe you've read your horoscope before and you're like, nah, that ain't for me because it just never resonates with me. It's because you're more than just your sun sign. Now, these two houses are going to show us what parts of you are being activated, so look to these houses in your birth chart. But the first one we have is the 8th house, which actually is ruled by Scorpio. So if you look at your 8th house in your birth chart, look at what planets are in there, okay, to get further into this message. But the 8th house ruled by Scorpio is all about life and death, the cycle that we go through. Also with that are our connections, our joint connections that we make with co-workers, love life, and relationships. This is all about those two forces coming together to produce, to help break the cycle of life and death, is by, you know, creating another life, so to say, procreating. But this is all about also the work that you do for others. So this is all about freelancing, community service, stuff like that. Also, this can be a change of pace, a change of job or employment, a change of living. This is also loans, savings accounts, inheritance. For some of you, if you ask for a pay raise, I do not doubt for a second that you would not get that. If that's what you need, you know, find the appropriate timing. And everyone's all on different timelines. It could be June or July for some of you, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of raises. Changes in compensation is what they were saying. And that could be not just your finances. It could also be how a certain connection, you know, if you give and take, it could be a different kind of compensation. You know, maybe they're able to help you in a different way. The conversation is able to help you in a different way. So it's more than just word value, okay? Maybe there's someone, a good friend of yours, that you're able to confide in, and that you're able to take away a lot more than just, oh, it will be okay, buddy. All right, we'll move on. Now, again, look in your 8th house, see what planets are interacting in there to help you understand what part of you is being activated throughout June. We also have the 6th house, which is ruled by Mercury. So the 6th house specifically is known as like the house of servants. So this is all about your actual job, your work. Now for some of you, again, with Scorpio right beside it, it's all about that change process. A lot of you could be looking for a change in your work, again, either with the actual job you're doing, the rate that you're doing it at. How are you being compensated and treated fairly? How do you fairly treat others as well? So like other coworkers, how do you treat your customers? That's very important through June, so just be careful there. I feel like there's a lot of room for advancement, a lot of repeat customers who are able to commit confidently in your company or your service. Also, we are seeing more loans here, a lot of finance, so it may be necessary for you to take out or apply for loans or to apply for certain finances throughout June. It's a good time for you to do that. There's a lot of green light there. It might be necessary. Also, the 6th house talks a lot about, now this is unrelated, but it does talk a lot about food, okay? It talks about how food is the best medicine of all. So for some of you, oh wow. For some of you, if you've been trying to have children, okay, now this is for a small part of you. Definitely look towards certain kind of foods that could help you. Now, TMI, if you will, but there could be certain kind of foods, especially that may help with lactation, if that's what you are looking for help with. But also, if you're just having like a low drive, again, we did pick up on this dry spell energy. If you're just feeling not energetically correct or just feeling really groggy, June is a very important time to make sure that we are staying hydrated and we are eating really well for our bodies, because if I don't know what it is, don't ask me, I'm not a doctor, but this is the second time it's came through for the readings as well. And I mean, for the last year, who hasn't been door dashing to their house, okay? Everyone's been eating out. It could be time to get that summer snatch body back. And, you know, even if that's not for you, just make sure that you are still fueling your body in a healthy way, because if not, you know, that mental health, that insecurities, even if you're not a toothpick, okay, it's important to feel good about yourself and to treat yourself well, because other people will see that. And you yourself will feel it, more importantly. And I mean, the more we take care of our body, the more we are able to use our body for the good of life. So it's important to make sure that you're fueling yourself correctly so that you can do more of what you love, to stay youthful, vigilant. And Scorpio here is all about, you know, that physical seduction and that physical confidence that radiates off of us. And I feel like people are able to see too that maybe you've moved through a lot in the last month or so, and that you're kind of, you know, picking yourself back up and you're ready to perhaps take one more pit stop, and then it's back to work, and work's not going to be the same. Hopefully you guys are able to gain the confidence to make those changes in your life that you've been wanting. And also, I feel like your heart space is just a whole nother playing field. It's not the same ball field it was 2 seasons ago, okay? The grass is greener. Okay? I was going to make some baseball analogies, but we don't need that. We are going to move on to the last 3 cards that we have here, are archetype cards, just to kind of show us who you are interacting with throughout the month of June. So maybe some characters, some personas will pop up that you happen to recognize. And let's see who's around your energies throughout the month. We have Child Magical, a magenta, purple, violet, lilac color card. Those are all different colors, but yeah. It says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. This connection right here, now y'all, I don't know if this is an intimate connection, a friend that you've had for years that there could have possibly been a falling out with. It could be a friend, family member, an intimate connection, anything like that. This person is very pure, and I feel like the connection as a whole is very pure pink energy coming through for some reason. It makes sense. But this person is sending a lot of positive energy your way, and I hope that you are staying open to this. It looks like you have finally started to receive this or understand the flow of energy. And this person wants you to know that anything is possible. You guys have the potential to succeed in every aspect of your life and to go anywhere it is that your heart pulls you to, towards any kind of destination or any kind of hobby, activity. They just want you to live your life to the fullest, okay? They absolutely adore you. You could have at one point in time been in disbelief about this person, this connection, your own potentials, or the belief in magic as a whole. Perhaps this other person, you know, vice versa. They could be seeing you as this. Wow. We also have scribe, which is preserving knowledge and information. So this scribe, I feel like this is coming through with work. You know, someone that you could need to sit down and have a professional conversation with to look at some numbers. Maybe you need to write a very important work email. You need to write to someone. Someone could be writing to you, reaching out to you. Don't forget to check your emails, okay? There could be a lot going on in there. Maybe someone you know is a writer. Maybe someone is texting you, messaging you. Could be, you know, digital communication as well. Maybe someone from afar is reaching out to you. A pen pal, if you will. And we also have... Okay, right underneath the Lover's card. None other than the lover themselves. So, lead attributes are great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So, a lot of you guys you could have children with this person. With a person. So that could make things, you know, touch and go, which I kind of feel like that was the case with coming back into contact, but also being a little bit afar. You know what? We've already touched on these subjects. I don't need to give any more clarification on this lover here. You could hear from this significant person in regards to maybe a child of your own. Maybe you're still in contact, but I feel like this speaks enough for itself. Earth signs, I hope this resonated with you. If you did take up any part of this video, you know the drill. Give the video a like, or you subscribe to vote on what videos I post next. So if you subscribe, over on my community page here on YouTube is where the polls to vote on what videos come up next. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what it is that you're looking forward to in the month of June. Other than that, thank you so much, you guys. I will see you